Let's finish up with the NBA talk. Okay, let's finish up with that. And then I'm going to go ahead and switch gears and we're going to go ahead and go crazy with the NFL talk. You know that's my bread and butter. You know that's what I really want to talk about. But y'all stay tuned. Yo. What's going on, my beautiful people? Hey, how you doing, man? You staying blessed out here? Life good? Hey, welcome back to the Golden Gems podcast, man. You here with the one and the only. Your boy, Relly. Yes, you here. Back on the Golden Gems podcast, man. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, make sure you hit the show notes, you like, subscribe, show your boy some love, like I always say. Make sure you send this to your mama, your daddy, your brother, your sister, friend, cousin, baby mama, cousin, friend, sister, brother, cousin, friend of another friend. You feel me? You respect me. You understand where I'm coming from? Yeah. All right. So anyway, man, without further ado, let's us go ahead and get right into it. Today is Sports Talk with Relly. Yes, if you read from the title, it's Sports Talk with Relly. Hey, we got a lot of things to get through today. So I'm gonna keep this intro short, sweet, and we're gonna go ahead and get into it. But hey, just quick update. I still have been out and about. I still have been moving around. So this is y'all setup for now. All right. Just a plain background, nothing. And then you got me. All right. So just listen to my voice, listen to me, watch me. And then, give me, I want to say probably another month where I'll really be settled down. I'll really be, in my new studio spot. At least, for now, be patient. Be patient with your boy. All right. It's coming soon. All right. I just got a lot of moving pieces, got merchandise, got this and that going on. Then also I was under the weather this week. Y'all know I'll be giving y'all a lot more videos than I have been as of recently, but life happens. So I'm still trying to get y'all these gems. Still trying to get you these gems, man. So just, hey, take them when you can get them. I will most likely, I promise you, I will most likely be on regular routine, regular schedule here in another month or so. Just bear with your boy. All right. I appreciate it. But without further ado, man, let's go ahead and get right into it. Hey, have you been watching the playoffs? I'm talking about the NBA playoffs. Yes. Have you been tuned in? Have you been watching it? It has been a lot. I mean, a lot going on, man. Especially with, the Lakers and the Memphis Grizzlies. That series just finished on Friday. Man, hey, Brom Riot to shut them little boys up. I'm just gonna leave that there. At the end of the day, hey, the Lakers advance. Dylan Brooks, you said that I only respect people who put up 40 on me. You got beat by 40, so hold that L, my guy. But anyway, man, like that series was very interesting. We can stay on this series for a second. I want to say LeBron, AD, Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell had a breakout game last game as well. Like everybody really did their part. Everybody really stepped up and came in and did what they were supposed to do. At the end of the day, man, like, the Lakers can go as far as LeBron and AD take them. Period, point blank. If they can also have people to come along like Austin Reeves, like D'Angelo Russell, like Dennis Schroeder, and a couple other players, if they can get players to come along with them every single night, they gonna honestly be in the Western Conference Finals, and then they fuck around. Excuse my French. They mess around, might even make it to the finals. All right, but seriously though, like they cooking, they looking good. I'm happy to see the Lakers are back. You feel me? And it's good to see them playing in the Staples Center, aka the Crypto Arena. But it's good to see that because who knows, your boy might catch a game or two, and I might be vlogging about that. But y'all stay tuned for that. Just stay tuned. Got a lot going on, a lot happening. Hey, it's about to get serious out here. But let's go ahead and move on. So the Lakers advance from that series. Memphis obviously hold that ill. Let's stay in the West though. You have tonight, you have the Golden State Warriors playing the Sacramento Kings, and the winner of this series will go on and play the Lakers. Or I think on Tuesday or Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. It might be Tuesday, but the unfortunate part is, like, since you took it to a game 7, you only have so many days to rest. And with the Warriors, they up there in age, they might need them days. So I can see if the Lakers end up playing, honestly, either team, either Sacramento or the Warriors. I feel like if they play any other team, any one of those teams, because you're going to play one of them. If they play either or team, they will probably end up taking the first game. Might even end up doing the second game as well. Because at the end of the day, you got to think about it. Like, you only got one rest day. Game 7 is going to take everything out of all of them. And then you only going to have 1 day to rest, 1 day to recover, and then boom, back on the road. You finna go play the Lakers. But I think they might play at home, though, because they both top seeds. Lakers, I think, was a 7th seed. They both were higher seeds. So, honestly, the Lakers are going to go on the road, but that's still going to be a struggle regardless, because you have to gear up after playing a hard Game 7. You know you got to leave everything out on the floor, because if you don't, guess what? You gone. You know, Steph Curry gonna give you his best. Klay Thompson coming with it. Draymond coming with it. Then you got that boy De'Aaron Fox coming with it. You get, man, this series with the Warriors in Sacramento has been an up and down series, but it's been fun and great to watch. I'm interested to see who wins tonight. I'm definitely gonna be tuned in. Y'all make sure y'all tune into the game as well. You know, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be definitely interesting. You know, and now let's go ahead and switch gears, man. Honestly, I don't want to hit on the East yet. Let's stay in the West because I'm still pissed off. Because you know I'm at, right? You know I'm at. My team that I picked to win the finals, win the championship, win everything, they're out. But we ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna talk about that. Giannis, what happened? Drew, what happened? Middleton, I was banking on you. I had money on you. But it's cool. But anyway, man, let's stay in the West, man. So the Suns, they ended up, of course, clutching it out, man. And that series versus the Clippers, Russell Westbrook even came out. He was putting up numbers, man. That series was a fun series to watch. The Suns versus the Nuggets in this next series, and this is the final matchup in the West. So, Suns and Nuggets played yesterday. I watched this game, and it wasn't a mismatch, but I don't think the Suns came to play. I don't think the Suns came to play at all. And they ended up losing. So now the Nuggets are up 1-0. Obviously, it's not that big of a deal. I still got my money on the Suns coming out of the West now that, of course, actually, I might have the Lakers coming out of the West, man. Stay tuned for my picks. I won't give them to y'all this week, but next week, I'm going to have a set and stern pick, and I'm going to be able to tell y'all every reason why. But right now, I went ahead and said the Suns, so I'm going to go ahead and stick with the Suns. The Suns will be coming out the West and playing the NBA Finals. But this series is going to test them. They're going to have to be battle tested. They're going to have to be ready. And I don't think they went into last night's game ready. That is why the Nuggets are up 1. The Nuggets are out with something to prove. You got Murray out with something to prove. Yoke out here with something to prove. And, this series is going to end up going to the wire, man. And I feel like it's going to be a great, great series and probably one for the history books. I feel like this series will go to a game 6 or 7, most likely a game 7, just because it's going to be a back and forth battle. And I feel like KD, Devin Booker, Chris Paul, they ain't going out without a fight. All right. But with me personally, I still got my money on KD and the Suns. I shouldn't say the Warriors. He's been on like 8 teams in the last few years, but forgive me. Anyway, yeah, I got my money on the Suns coming out and beating, them boys. Yes. They're going to beat the Nuggets. I'm sorry, the Nuggets, y'all still ain't going to get over the hump. Y'all going to have to do something with y'all squad. But, hey, if they end up winning, potentially, it's going to be, hey, I don't see them going to the finals, but it's going to be interesting. I'd rather see the Nuggets versus the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals Championship, or the Suns versus Lakers. I feel like the Lakers will win the next series. LeBron going to be well rested. AD going to be ready to go. They role players. Everybody has been stepping up. Everybody is playing with these extra days off. They're going to come rejuvenated. They're going to come with a fighting spirit. And I feel like they're going to, whoever they play, the Sacramento or the Warriors, I feel like they're going to take them out in either 5 or 6 games. You heard it here first. But switching gears, let's go ahead and touch on the East because, hey, NFL talk is coming for you. Hey, it's been a lot going on in the NFL. Hey, with the draft, with Aaron Rodgers getting traded, with Lamar Jackson finally getting paid, your boy got to touch on. I'm going to touch on it all. All right, let's finish up with the NBA talk. Okay, let's finish up with that. And then I'm going to go ahead and switch gears, and we're going to go ahead and go crazy with the NFL talk. That's my bread and butter. That's what I really want to talk about. But y'all stay tuned. All right, so now we got to switch gears. We're going to the East. The East, the Bucks lost to the Heat in 5 games. The Bucks lost to the Heat in 5 games. I'm still pissed about it. I'm still upset about it. I'm still mad about it. They had back-to-back games when they were leading by 10 or more points in the fourth quarter, and they took L's. L's. How? How, Sway? But Giannis, he ain't played, games 2 and 3. I think he only played a little bit of game 1 because he got injured. Giannis, he was injured, man. And I guess, with that depth and that team that they had, I guess they couldn't pull it off. Brook Lopez, he was actually doing his thing, trying to carry the weight, while Giannis was gone. Drew Holiday, he was on and off. Middleton, of course, he's still working his way back. I got the Bucks next year, though. Regardless, I'm not going to touch on this too much because, the Heat, they came, Jimmy Butler was averaging like 37, 4 and 6, 37, 8 and 6. It was something along those lines. But Jimmy Butler, boy, was putting up numbers. I still don't understand why the Bulls traded him, way back when. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I ain't gonna even go on that right now. I'm not in the mood. I'm sorry. I'm not in the mood for it. But the Heat beat the Bucks. I'm still upset about it because the Bucks is my team to win the finals. But, it happens. You feel me? And for Giannis, what you said, it's a silver lining in winning and losing. And, it's always a bright side to everything. At the end of the day, come back again next year. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not even going to harp on it too much. Now, let's switch gears. The Cavaliers, they played the Knicks. And the Knicks, and that boy Jalen Brunson, Chicago product, you feel me? Boy got in his bag, boy. He's a Joker. Hey, if y'all don't know what this is, that's just Google it, look it up. But that's the Joker smile. If you know anything about Batman, you know anything about the Joker movies and all that. This is like the Joker smile. Anyway, he been doing that, going crazy, putting up buckets, showing why he deserved all that money and showing why the Mavs they blew it. Because they could have had him. If the Mavs still had Jalen Brunson, and maybe if they even got Kyrie, they'll be small. Still wouldn't be playing defense, but I feel like they at least would have still made it to the playoffs. But that's another subject for another day. At the end of the day, man, like, I'm proud of the Knicks, man. Knicks, are they back? I think they might be a piece or two pieces away from actually doing something and making it to maybe the Eastern Conference Finals and really doing damage. But, they plan the Heat, today, actually on Sunday. So y'all will be seeing this on Sunday. Yes, today is Sunday. So y'all going to be seeing this on Sunday. Make sure you tune into the Heat versus Knicks. This is going to be a great series, I feel like. I feel like Jimmy Butler going to go ahead. He going to get in his bag. He going to get buckets. He actually was working out last night. I just saw a video of him getting shots up ahead of the Knicks game. He coming ready. He coming prepared. Playoff Jimmy is different. He's different. The guy is different. I don't know what he be drinking, what he be eating, but during the playoffs, this man acts like a whole different dude. Hey, I respect it. Keep doing it. So moving on, though. In this series, I got the Heat. I want to take the Knicks, though, because the Knicks, I feel like they might even turn it up to another level. But the Heat, with a playoff pedigree, Jimmy Butler doing what Jimmy Butler do, I feel like the Heat are actually going to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, and they will be playing the Boston Celtics, because that's another team that I got to touch on. Philly, they beat Brooklyn, obviously. And then, with them beating Brooklyn, obviously Philly, they moved on. Then the Celtics, they were playing the Hawks. It was interesting because they went to 3-2 with the Hawks. And, of course, y'all saw that crazy shot that what's my man's name? I can't think of his name. Ice Tray. Mice Tray, as Skip Bayless calls him. With that game, man, hey, I thought they was really gonna make a series out. I thought it was at least gonna go to 7 games. I ain't gonna cap to you. 7 or 6 games. I thought so. But they got them out of there in 5. Kudos to, you got them out of there in 6. Kudos to the Celtics. The Celtics are playing Philadelphia. Now, this is a Western Conference final matchup that I want to see. I mean, Eastern Conference final matchup that I want to see, but obviously we're getting in round 2. I'm not complaining. It's still gonna be a hell of a series. And I think they play actually tomorrow night, the Celtics in Philly. So I'm definitely going to be tuning into that. Make sure y'all go ahead and tune into that game. It's really going to be interesting. I got a lot of hopes for this series to go to 6 or 7 games. I got hope for James Harden and Joel Embiid getting buckets, getting in their bag. Of course, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and all them boys, they're going to get in their bag too. It's going to be a hell of a series. This series is like a preview to how I expect the finals to be. My finals prediction is either going to be the Suns or the Lakers coming out the West. And then I got the Heat. Yes, the Heat or Boston coming out the East. I'm going to say that now, and I'm going to leave that there. But, moving on, man. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit under the weather, too. I'm sorry. You can hear me sniffling and things like that. Hey, this is another reason why I haven't been busting out videos this whole week. I'm sorry it be like that. But your boy, hey, I'm going to get better. I'm going to get healthy. We're going to get the studio set up. We're going to get everything going. All right? Just be patient. You know what? You got to have a little patience with your boy. Just a little bit. All right? But, hey, enough of the NBA talk. Enough NBA talk is out the window. Make sure y'all tune into these games. I will give y'all an update hopefully during this week because there's a lot going on. So as far as the NFL, as far as, the NBA, of course, we got the playoffs going on. It's a lot going on in sports in general. Then, of course, I want to give y'all some baseball talk too. Baseball season has been getting juicy. There's been a lot of different teams coming and really doing their thing. I don't want to touch on baseball talk right as of right now, but we're going to go ahead and put it in here. It's going to be in the sports talk segment. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that in the future. It's coming. Just be patient with your boy. But without further ado, man, that boy, Aaron Rodgers in the NFL, that boy finally got traded. And he got traded before my prediction. I predicted him to get traded maybe after the NBA draft. I mean, not the NBA draft, the NFL draft. But he got traded a couple days before the NFL draft. And the Packers, they got, they had to get a couple of good, sweet, juicy deals up out of it. The Packers received 13th overall pick. They received the number 42nd overall pick, too, in the 2023 draft. They also received the 6th rounder from this draft as well. So they got 3 draft picks from this draft that just occurred, that just happened. I'm going to tell y'all a couple draft picks, and I'm going to give y'all my opinions on them here shortly. So just be patient. But they also got a conditional 2024 round pick that could become a first rounder depending on how many games Aaron Rodgers plays and depending on how well the Jets actually do this year. And, of course, the Jets, they received the 15th overall pick from the Packers who had the 13th overall pick, so they just swapped picks for this year. And then they also received the 5th rounder, which is the number 170 pick. So, I feel like it was an even trade. Of course, the Jets had to give up more. And also, like, at the end of the day, the Packers, hey, you showed your hand. You told everybody that you didn't want Aaron Rodgers. So the Jets, they had to tell you, hey, we want this and this, and if you don't want to do it, you can keep him. That's pretty much how it went. And so with that being said, I feel like this trade is going to be interesting, man, to see if it works out in the long term. I feel like for the Jets, short term, it might work. I feel like Aaron Rodgers will play these next 2 seasons because, you finna make $60 million. Of course, they finna restructure his contract and they offsetted it so that way he only makes so much money this year, but he'll make all his money next year. So that's why they at least have him for 2 seasons. And then I feel like he's going to retire after that, or he might retire after this first season. Who knows, depending on how it goes. But with the Jets, man, I feel like they felt like with making this move that they was a piece away, so a quarterback away from really doing damage, making the playoffs, and really going to the Super Bowl and doing damage there. With them and, who they play on a regular basis, I think it's the AFC South or AFC North. So they got the Patriots in their conference. They got the Jets. Of course, obviously, they're the Jets. And then you got Miami, you got the Buffalo Bills, and then you got the Patriots. This conference right here, not conference, this division, I want to say this division, it's a pack-loaded division because, of course, you still going to have Buffalo. They're going to still be leading the pack. But with Miami, it's still up in the air because you got to see if Tua can stay healthy and you got to see what them boys do. And then you got the Patriots who's, still got Bill Belichick, so you can never count them out. And then also, of course, you have what team am I missing? I literally just said it. Regardless, you got another team, but if I can't think of them right now, of course, that means they kind of irrelevant. But, of course, you got Miami, you got the Bills, you got the Patriots, of course, you got the Jets. Then there's one other team I cannot think. Why am I drawing a blank right now? It's okay. But those are the top 4 seeds. Top 4 teams in the division anyway. So, hey, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how well Aaron Rodgers does in the AFC because at the end of the day, you just came out the NFC. The NFC was namely a cakewalk for a minute until Tom Brady came up in there. You feel me? But the AFC, all these quarterbacks, come on now. It's getting serious. It's getting scary out here. You feel me? The AFC got Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen. You got like that's just to name a few, and then it's a lot more. Of course, you got Aaron Rodgers now. Like the AFC is jam packed, and this is gonna be a hell of a fight. Making it to obviously the conference championship and then making it to the Super Bowl, of course. But throughout the season, going to be a lot of good matchups this year. I feel like because a lot of teams, every team has a quarterback now. Even the young quarterbacks that just got drafted. I'm gonna touch on them here in a little bit. They come into play. You feel me? And they actually look. Some of them look good. Of course, Bryce Young. I can see Bryce Young potentially being a superstar. He went to Carolina. I'll just say that now. Because we still got to touch on one other person, but we gonna get there. But Aaron Rodgers, man, and I feel like the Packers made a good move. They got Julian Love. He's not the. I seen something where they say is Julian Love the best quarterback in the NFC now, or the NFC North. No, he's not better than Justin Fields. He's not better than Jared Goff. He's not better than a couple quarterbacks. I haven't seen him play. He has done nothing. You feel me? Just because you came in a couple games as a backup, you started maybe when Aaron Rodgers was out and things like that. I'm not sold. So you got to show me something, Julian. I'm just being a buck. I'm just being honest with you. All right. I'm just keeping it a buck, and I'm just being honest with you. But anyway, let's move on. Now, let's touch on. Should we do the draft? Yeah, let's touch on the draft, and then I'm gonna say the best topic for last. All right. So now let's touch on the draft, man. So the draft, it was very entertaining to watch because a lot of teams they traded different picks. A lot of teams actually went for picks that I didn't really think. And then of course, it's always a story. It's always a story every year. Will Levis, he got taken in the second round. He was in the green room. They showed him like 37 times. I seen a stat that said that, which is ridiculous. They kept on showing my man because he's like, is he going to get drafted? But after the first, I want to say 10 picks is like everybody else had a quarterback. So it's like I kind of didn't see him getting drafted no way in the first round. I felt like he was just a big arm. If I'm just being honest. So he went to the Tennessee Titans, but the Tennessee Titans took Malik Willis last year. So it's going to be interesting. What they going to trade Malik Willis? And now you got just two big ass quarterbacks, and like what you going to do? And then you got Ryan Tannehill too, who you still paying. Hey, the Tennessee Titans, you got a lot to figure out. It's going to be interesting to see what y'all do, how y'all end up shaking things out. But without further ado, first pick that won in the NFL draft was Bryce Young. He went to the Carolina Panthers. Hey, Bryce Young. You're that guy, my guy. Yes. I feel like you going to step into your own. You got the potential to be a superstar in the league. Yes. You went to Carolina. Carolina actually looked really good towards the end of last season. And Carolina, they got this pick because they gave my Chicago Bears. They gave my Chicago Bears a lot of draft picks to move up to the first pick in the NFL draft. And they moved up for one reason. That's because they wanted to get their franchise quarterback, and they feel like that's Bryce Young. I feel like Bryce Young, he did his thing at Alabama. He never really was a reason. I felt like Alabama lost a game. He always, came in clutch, of course, in the fourth quarter when Alabama needed to drive, when they needed to score, when they needed to win. Bryce Young always stepped up. And I feel like him, of course, he's a little undersized. But at the end of the day, hey, like, if you can, break the mold and be like Russell Wilson, who was undersized, Drew Brees, and a couple other quarterbacks, who over the years have been undersized, but they still made a way. They still managed to, get things done. And he has a great pocket presence, and he can really move in the pocket. That's why he actually was the only Alabama quarterback in the recent years that never got hurt. Jalen Hurts once a minute ago when he played for Alabama, he got hurt. Obviously, Tua, he played for Alabama. He got hurt as well. Bryce Young is an older quarterback in the recent years from Alabama. Hasn't gotten hurt, but a lot of quarterbacks, they always get hurt, potentially, depending on who you play for, how your offensive line is, and things like that. But anyway, Bryce Young, congrats to you going first overall. You deserve it. It's going to be interesting to see how the Panthers use them and all the pieces that they put around them. Hopefully they can get good pieces around them in the next couple of years. Then who knows? They can do some damage. I feel like they still should have kept McCaffrey, but they wouldn't have had the draft capital, that they have now that moved up to get Bryce Young. So I guess everything always works, but if they had Christian McCaffrey, Bryce Young, and then a couple wide receivers, DJ Moore, but they gave up a lot of different pieces to actually acquire Bryce Young. So I respect it, Second pick in the NFL draft was CJ Stroud. I feel like, him coming from Ohio State, he was a pocket passer. He's an African-American quarterback, black quarterback, and he showed that he can throw in the pocket. But he also showed towards the end of Ohio State's run this year, hey, he can run a little bit too. But He made his bread and butter. He got drafted second overall because he can throw in the pocket, because he has a strong arm, because he can whip it. So I'm interested to see. He went second overall to the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans, they trying to make a comeback. They just got a new head coach. They kind of moving around a lot of different pieces, and they really making waves and really making things happen. And with the third pick that they had grabbed, it was Will Anderson from Alabama as well. And with them grabbing him, I feel like it was a great pick. With them actually trying to solidify their future, they took the quarterback that they wanted. They took a linebacker that has the potential to be a Pro Bowler, has the potential to really, hold the defense down, and has high character. They took players like Bryce Young. I mean, not like Bryce Young, like C.J. Stroud, like Will Anderson, with high character, high worth ethic, and good individuals that can lead that franchise forward with them trying to make a turnaround. So the Houston Texans, they got the third pick because they traded up. They traded back up, so they gave away a lot of capital. So that way, I think they gave away like the 32nd pick that they had, or like the 27th pick. It was one of those, and that they got from Cleveland, because Cleveland, of course, lost their picks because obviously with the Deshaun Watson trade. So it's a lot of different moving pieces, but I'm not going to get into it all. But the Houston Texans, they had back-to-back picks, and they used them wisely, I feel like. And I'm interested to see how the Texans go in the next few years. My next person I want to touch on is the Colts drafting Anthony Richardson, the quarterback from Florida. I honestly really don't think this is a good pick. I feel like Anthony Richardson might end up being a bust. I feel like he was just an athlete, and I feel like he wasn't accurate enough. He threw a lot of interceptions, and I felt like he was just like one of the prototypical like running quarterbacks. He kind of reminded me of Russell, not Russell Wilson, but what is his name? Oh my God, LaMarcus Russell. Is it? Yeah, I think it's Lamar Russell, the quarterback who went to Oakland Raiders some years ago. He kind of reminded me of him. And with Anthony Richardson, man, I feel like, at the end of the day, if the coach felt like, he was a great pick, it was either between him or Will Levis that they were going to take, and they ended up taking Anthony Richardson. Of course, he put up stellar numbers as an athlete, in the NFL draft, but you really don't need your quarterback to be an athlete like that. And I feel like it was just all for show. I don't really think he's going to pan out, but potentially, of course, I'm supporting my African American brother. I'm supporting my black quarterbacks that's been taken, because at the end of the day, if you really look at it, it was 3 black quarterbacks taken in the first top 5 of the NFL draft. Like, come on, man. That says a lot. That says a lot that the quarterbacks can actually maintain. Dual threat quarterbacks are the way of the future. That's what all these, systems are, they kind of molding around, because you want a quarterback who can not only throw it and sit in the pocket and pass, but who can get out of danger, get out of trouble when he needs to. And that's what a lot of these quarterbacks these days that's getting taken in the, in this new era, I want to say, in the NFL. That's what they're going, this passing league. You feel me? Hey, you got to have a quarterback that can do both, that can run and get out of trouble when he needs to, and that can sit in the pocket and pass. And, Anthony Richardson, I mean, I want him to prove me wrong, man. Because at Florida, I watched a lot of SEC football this year. In Florida, I just didn't see it, man. I just didn't see it. Of course, he did make a couple plays. He did, pop out on my screen a few times. But I don't know. In big games, he just didn't execute. He really didn't, show that he was worthy of that number 4 pick. But at the end of the day, the coach seen something that I didn't see, and that's why they make the big bucks. And that's why your boy just over here talking to y'all. You feel me? Hey, it'd be like that. But I'm interested to see what he does, man. And then I would touch on a lot of these other picks, but I'm going to say that for later on, because I'm going to give every team, I want to say, a draft grade because of their picks and things like that. So I'm going to have an episode coming for y'all later. But this episode is already running long, man. So before we go overboard, I just want to touch on my man Lamar Jackson finally getting his paid out here, man. Finally getting his money. You feel me? Lamar finally got paid. Lamar Jackson. He got paid. My man signed a 5-year, $260 million deal with $50 million. Well, $52 million. Let me be precise. $52 million annually. So that means every year. And then he got $185 million guaranteed. They said it wouldn't be done. They said Lamar Jackson wouldn't get paid. I thought the bridge was burned. I thought that, hey, at the end of the day, it was too much bad blood. But hey, the Ravens proved everybody wrong. They were able to retain him. Lamar Jackson was able to negotiate his own contract without an agent, even though his mom is his agent. So SO2 moms, hey, she did a thing, man. But Lamar Jackson, hey, I'm proud of you. You deserve that contract. Hey, I knew you was going to get paid. Now let's see with them putting the pieces around you, what you can do. I feel like Lamar Jackson, AFC Championship, may even reach the Super Bowl next year, but I ain't going to get too spicy out here. But, hey, thank you for tuning into the Golden Gems podcast. Thank you for showing love, and we out. Deuces.